As an unperfect actor on the stage, who with his fear is put beside his part, or some fierce thing replete with too much rage, whose strength's abundance weakens his own heart, so I, for fear of trust, forget to say the perfect ceremony of love's rite, and in mine own love's strength seem to decay, or charged with burden of my own love's might. Ah, let my books then be my eloquence and the dumb presagers of my speaking breast, who plead for love and look for recompense more than tongue that hath more expressed. Learn to read what silent love hath writ, to hear with eyes belongs to love's fine wit. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Sonnetfest 21, the last show for this year for Shakespeare on the Bluff, and a celebration of Shakespeare's 14-line plays, the Sonnets. Enjoy.
Sonnet 94. They that have power to hurt and will do none. They that have power to hurt and will do none, that do not do the thing they most do show, who moving other are themselves as stone, unmoved, cold, and to temptation slow. They rightly inherit heaven's graces and husband nature's riches from expense. They are the lords and owners of their faces, others but stewards of their excellence. The summer's flower is to the summer sweet, though to itself it only live and die. But if that flower with base infection meet, the basest weed outbraves his dignity. For sweetest things turn sourest by their deeds. Lilies that fester smell far worse than weeds.
If the dull substance of my flesh were thought, injurious distance would not stop my way. For then, despite of space, I would be brought from limits far remote, where thou dost stay. No matter then, although my foot did stand upon the farthest earth, removed from thee. For nimble thought can jump both sea and land, as soon as think the place where he would be. But thought kills me, that I am not thought, to leap large lengths of miles when thou art gone. But that so much of earth and water wrought, I must attend time's leisure with my moan, receiving not from elements so slow, but heavy tears, badges of either's woe.
When I do count the clock that tells the time, and see brave day sunk in hideous night, when I behold the violet past prime, and sable curls all silvered o'er with white, when lofty trees I see barren of leaves, which erst from heat did canopy the herd, and summer's green all girded up in sheaves, borne on the bier with white and bristly beard. Then of thy beauty do I question make, that thou, among the wastes of time must go. Since sweets and beauties do themselves forsake and die as fast as they see others grow. And nothing against time's sight can make defense. Save breed to brave him when he takes thee hence.
Oh, how I faint when I of you do right, knowing that a better spirit doth use your name and the praise therein, spend all his might to make me tongue-tied, speaking of your fame. But since your worth wide as the ocean is, the humble as the proudest sail doth bear, my saucy bark is inferior. Far to his. On your broad main doth willfully appear, your shallowest help would hold me up afloat, whilst he upon your soundless deep doth ride, or being wrecked, I am a worthless boat. He of tall building and of goodly pride, and then if he thrive and I be cast away, the worst was this: my love was my decay.
Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. No, no, no. It is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempest but is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, though his height be taken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out, even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, then I never writ, nor no woman ever loved.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Rough winds to shake the darling buds of May, and summer's lease hath all too short a date. Sometime too hot the eye of heaven shines, and often is his gold complexion dimmed. And every fair from fair sometime declines, by chance or nature's changing course untrimmed. But thy eternal summer shall not fade, nor lose possession of that fair thou owest, nor shall death brag thou wanderest in his shade, wherein eternal lines to time thou growest. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee.
What is your substance? Whereof are you made that such strange shadows on you tend? Since everyone hath one shade, and you but one can every shadow lend. Describe Adonis, and the counterfeit is poorly imitated after you. On Helen's cheek is all art of beauty set, and you in Grecian tires are painted new. Speak of the spring and poison of the year. The one doth the shadow of your beauty show. The other as your bounty doth appear. And you in every blessed shape we know. In all external beauty have you some part, but you like none, none you for constant heart.
Tired with all these, for restful death I cry, as to behold desert, a beggar born, and needy nothing trimmed in jollity, and purest faith unhappily forsworn, and gilded honor shamefully misplaced, and maiden virtue rudely strumpeted, and right perfection wrongfully misplaced, and strength by limping sway disable led, and art made tongue-tied by authority, and folly doctor-like controlling skill, and simple truth miscalled simplicity, and captive good attending captain ill. Tired with all these, from these would I be gone. Save that to die, I leave my love alone.
My mistress's eyes are like the sun. My mistress's eyes are like the sun. My mistress's eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more red than her lips red. If snow be white, then her breasts are done. If hairs be wires, black wires grow from her head. I have seen roses damasked red and white, yet no such roses see I in her cheeks. And in some perfumes there is more delight than in the breath that from my mistress reeks. I love to hear her speak, yet well I know that music hath a far more pleasing sound. I grant I never saw a goddess go. My mistress, when she walks, treads on the ground. And yet, by heaven, I think my My love is rare as any she, allied with false compare. Oh, it was a joke though. Excuse me.
Is it thy will thy image should keep open my heavy eyelids to the weary night? Dost thou desire my slumber should be broken, while shadows like to thee do mock my sight? Is it thy spirit that thou sent'st from thee so far from home into my deeds to pry, to find out shames and idle hours in me, the scope and tenor of thy jealousy? Oh, no. Thy love, though much, is not so great. It is my love that keeps mine eye awake, mine own true love that doth my rest defeat, to play the watchman ever for thy sake. For thee watch I, whilst thou dost wake elsewhere, from me far off, with others all too near.
Mine eye and heart are at a mortal war, how to buy the conquest of thy sight. Mine eye, my heart, thy picture sight would bar. My heart, mine eye, the freedom of that right. My heart doth plead that thou in him dost lie, a closet never pierced with crystal eyes. But the defendant doth that plea deny, and says in him, thy fair appearance lies. To decide this title is impaneled a quest of thoughts, all tenants to the heart. And by their verdict is determined the clear eye's moiety and the dear heart's part. As thus, mine eyes do is thine outward part, my heart's right, thine inward love of heart. No.
Can we talk? What potions have I drunk of siren tears, distilled from limbics foul as hell within, applying fears to hopes and hopes to fears, still losing when I saw myself to win? What wretched errors hath my heart committed whilst it had thought itself so blessed never? How have mine eyes out of their spheres been fitted in the distraction of this madding fever? A benefit of ill. Now I find true that Better is by evil still made better. And ruined love, when it is built anew, grows fairer than at first, more strong, far greater. So I return, rebuked to my content, and gain by ill thrice more than I have spent. Sorry.
I was made for loving you, baby. You were made for loving me. When most I wink, then do mine eyes best see. For all the day I view things unrespected. But when I sleep, in dreams I look on thee, and darkly bright are bright in dark directed. Then thou, whose shadow shadows doth make bright, how would thy shadow's form happy show to the clear day with thy much clearer light? When to unseeing eyes thy shade shines so. How would mine eyes, I say, be blessed made by looking on thee in the living day, when in dead night thy fair in perfect shade through sightless eyes doth stay. All days are nights to see till I see thee, and nights bright days when dreams do show thee me. Beth, I know you're lonely. Me and the boys will be playing all night. Ooh, ooh.
No longer mourn for me when I am dead. Then you shall hear the surly, sullen bell give warning to the world that I am fled from this vile world with vilest worms to dwell. Nay, if you read this line, remember not the hand that writ it, for I love you so that I in your sweet thoughts would be forgot, if thinking on me then should make you woe. Oh, if I say you look upon this verse when I perhaps compounded am with clay, do not so much as my poor name rehearse, but let your love, even with my life, decay, lest the wise world look into your moan and mock you with me when I am gone.
When to the sessions of sweet silent thought I summon up remembrance of things past, I sigh the lack of many a thing I sought, and with old woes new wail my dear time's waste. Then can I drown an eye unused to flow, for precious friends hid in death's dateless night, and weep afresh love's long since cancelled woe, moan the expense of many a vanished sight. Then can I grieve at grievances foregone, and heavily from woe to woe tell o'er the sad account of forebemoaned moan, which I knew pay, as if not paid before. But if the while I think on thee, dear friend, all losses are restored, and sorrows end.
Since brass, nor stone, nor earth, nor bound with sea, but sad mortality o'ersways their power. How with this rage shall beauty hold a plea, whose action is no stronger than a flower? Ah, how shall summer's honey breath hold out against the wrackful siege of battering days, when rocks impregnable are not so stout, nor gates of steel so strong, but time decays? Ah, fearful meditation, where, alack, the time's best jewel from time's chest lie hid, or what strong hand can hold his swift foot back, or who his spoil of beauty can forbid? Ah, none, unless this miracle have might, and in black ink my love may still shine bright.
Anna, are you stalking your ex on Facebook again?
No, seriously, dude, embarrassing. Forget that happened.
Weary with toil, I haste me to my bed. Ah, a dear repose for limbs with travel tired. But then begins a journey in my head to work my mind when body's work's expired. For then my thoughts from far where I abide intend a zealous pilgrimage to thee, and keep my drooping eyelids open wide, looking on darkness which the blind do see, save for my soul's imaginary sight presents thy shadow to my sightless view, which like a jewel hung in ghastly night makes dark night beauteous, and her old face new. Lo, thus by day my limbs, by night my mind. For thee and for myself, no quiet find. Cheers to you, Grandma.
When in the chronicle of wasted time I see depictions of the fairest sights, and beauty making beautiful old rhyme in praise of ladies, dead or lovely knights, then in this blazon of sweet beauty's best, of hand, of foot, of lip, of eye, of brow, I see their antique pen would have expressed even such a beauty as you master now. So all their praises are but prophesies of this our time, all you prefiguring. And for they looked but with divining eye, they had not skill enough your worth to sing. For we, which now behold these present days, have eyes to wonder, but lack tongues to praise.
Take all my love, yeah, take them all. What hast thou then more than thou hadst before? No love, my love, that thou mayest true love call. All mine was thine before thou hadst this more. Then if for my love thou my love receivest, I cannot blame thee for my love thou usest, but yet be blamed if thou thyself deceivest by wilful taste of what thyself receivest. I do forgive thy robbery, gentle thief, although thou steal thee all my poverty, and yet love knows it is a greater grief to bear love's wrong than hate's known injury. So lascivious grace, in whom all ill will shows, kill me with spites, yet we must not be foes. So call me
Let those who are in favor with their stars of public honor and proud titles boast, whilst I, whom fortune of such triumph bars, unlooked for joy in that I honor most. Great princes' favorites, their fair leaves spread, but as the marigold at the sun's eye, and in themselves their pride lies buried. For at a frown, they in their glory die. The painful warrior, famous for fight, after 1,000 victories once foiled, is from the book of honor raised quite. And all the rest forgot for which he toiled. Then happy I that love and am beloved, where I may not remove, nor be removed.
To me, fair friend, you never can be old. For as you were when first your eye I eyed, such seems your beauty still. 3 winters cold have from the forest shook 3 summers' pride. 3 beauteous springs to yellow autumn turned. In process of the seasons I have seen. 3 April's perfume and hot July's burned, since first I saw you fresh, which yet are green. Yet doth beauty like a dial hand steal from his figure, and no pace perceived. So your sweet hue, which methinks still doth stand, hath motion, and mine eye may be deceived. For fear of which, hear this, thou age unbred, ere you were born was beauty's summer dead. Thank you all for joining us this evening. It's been a pleasure to share this past few moments with you, some of Shakespeare's poems. We hope you will join us next year, God willing, and the Crick don't rise, live and in person back on the Bluff, where Shakespeare on the Bluff will return on our new home, the Drollinger Family Stage in Lawton Plaza. Until then, sweet audience, may Flight of Angels sing thee to thy rest. Thanks for joining us for Sonnetfest 21. Good night.